It's 2023. It's a new year. You'll be hearing about so many things: how to improve your life, how to make resolutions. But I'm going to suggest to you, to be successful, you must embrace boredom. You won't hear many people describing it this way, but I like the bluntness of it. I like this idea. It's by Robert Greene, the author of the 48 Laws of Power, and he says if you want to master something, you must be able to withstand and even embrace boredom. And the reason I like this idea is because too often there's glamour attached to success, or even our ideas of what success is. Even when people are trying to talk about the difficulties, even when you see motivational videos talking about, let's say, a boxer working hard in the gym and sweating it out, it's dramatic. It looks enticing, it looks glamorizing that he's trying so hard and as if he's a great guy. When in reality, for somebody in his position coming up, nobody cares. There's no camera. Nobody cares about what he's doing. He's done it 100 times over, and he's done it many times for years, with no even guarantee you're going to be successful. And it's the same thing over and over again. And too often, some of the things we associate with success are things like talent. These are the things we admire. Or we admire grit, or we admire character. And the problem is, a lot of these things are admirable. But something that's not so admirable is boredom. Something that's not so admirable is staying in when other people are going out and having fun. That's not something that is you're ever going to get a clap on the back. And what Robert Greene talks about is just how long a road it is towards being successful. He talks about his own experience of being a writer and how he failed over and over again. He failed at being a journalist. He failed at being a creative writer. And he failed so many times, and he was starting to get old. Right? It's amazing how young people can be, and they think that they're too old. He was only in his 40s, and he was thinking, maybe I don't have it. But he still had that belief in himself to shut out that thought. So he kept going, he kept writing, and he kept that belief in himself, even though he wasn't getting any recognition, and eventually wrote this famous book, The 48 Laws of Power. And now has been an inspiration, and it's one of the very few books that has stood the test of time over a long period of time. And for me personally, I wish I understood this sooner, about the importance of boredom, about the importance of monotony, about the importance of being able to simply turn up over and over and over again. And you see it in life so often, where you look at people, and once the novelty is over, they can't do it anymore. They just move on to other things. They find some other hobby or some other interest or activity that's just a bit more exciting. And that's what they do. And I can count in my own personal experience, doing something like music, and not just in myself but other people around, that one of the difficult things is you want these crowds, you want recognition, you want attention, and you might do it for a period where there's a honeymoon period and there's novelty attached to it, but you don't get the crowds, you don't get the attention. And that can be difficult to keep going. It can be difficult for your motivation when there are no external rewards. When in reality you're just sitting in a room, sitting in your bedroom on your own, playing and practicing the same, they feel like the same thing over and over again. And it feels like you're not getting any recognition. So for 2023, and I know this for myself, I started my channel. I did it for a while. I had the novelty. I had friends telling me, oh, that's interesting. And then I somehow managed to procrastinate on it. Didn't put as much time or effort into it. But it needs to be continuous, boring, monotonous effort to continue doing something. So that's my New Year's resolution, and I think it's my interesting idea for this year.